So let me ask you a question. How is the Wi-Fi signal in your house? More importantly, how is it 1 room, 2 room, 3 rooms away from your main router? If it's anything like mine, it gets weaker and weaker as it goes. Today, we're going to be looking at a product by MeshForce, and this is actually called a MeshPoint. And what we do here is we're going to extend these off our existing modem or existing router to broadcast our internet signal further through a house, so there should be no dead zones. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. My channel is dedicated to reviewing mostly as seen on TV items. I look at some consumer gadgets, other household items. Once in a while, I do a little bit of a DIY just because I like to. If that interests you, I would love it if you would subscribe to my channel and click the bell below so you're notified every time I release a video just like this one. One more thing, check down in the description for my social medias. I would love it if you would follow me over there too. Now, let's take a closer look at the MeshForce MeshPoint home Wi-Fi system. All right, so let's unbox this MeshForce whole home mesh Wi-Fi system. Now, I should say this unit is the 3 mesh hotspot pieces. You can only have 1 if you want. You can have 2, you can have 3. I think you can have up to 6. So they say, let me see if I can get a close up. If you have 1 mesh unit, it's good for about 1,000 to 1,500 square foot. They consider it an apartment. If you have 2 of them, it's a medium house or an office, 1,500 to 3,000 square feet. And then 3 of them, you can go up to 4,500 square foot. So I have 3 of these. Like I said, you can go up to 6 if you need more. All right, so I've already cut the tape here. Pop it open. What do I have? So it looks like I have some directions. That's nice. All right. I've got, let's see, these are, I want to take a look at this. Like I said, I have 3 of these. All right, so this is the device. It looks kind of cool. It's about 3 inches tall. It's not quite a square, but you can sort of see the shape there. It's pretty neat. All right, so else in this box, I got a plug to go with it. It comes with an Ethernet cable, and then I have another mesh piece. Actually, I have 2 more and 2 more plugs. All right, so all in all, I have 3 of these, 3 plugs, and 1 Ethernet cable. All right, so what I'm going to do now is I'm actually going to set these up and run them around the house and just see if my internet access is strong throughout the entire house. All right, so it's pretty simple. I plug this into the back of the MeshPoint, and I take the other end and plug it into my Ethernet line on my modem or router, and I'm gonna go back and plug this in. And so it immediately sends the internet to here. And I really like that feature because some of these extenders, you actually have to log into the actual router and catch the internet wirelessly, and I find that sometimes you get a slower connection that way, where this one being wired directly to the modem, it gives you your maximum output. Now that I've hardwired the MeshForce base here through the internet cable or the Ethernet cable to the router, now we have to go download an app. Let's go to the App Store. It's called MyMesh. It's this first one right here. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna click install, and it's gonna download. So once this is finished downloading, I'll bring you back to run the setup. As that's downloading, make sure you connect to the, well, now it's called MyMesh. Make sure you connect to this now. The password's actually written on the bottom of the unit, so just turn it over. Now this is just my password for this unit. Yours will be different. And hit connect, so you're now connected to the router. All right, so the app is downloaded. It only took a few minutes. It was just a 26 megabyte file. This is asking you to look at your device's location. I normally only do this while the app is being used. And this is asking for access to photos, media, or other files. I'm just going to hit deny and see what happens. All right, so welcome to MyMesh. We're going to hit setup. It's checking my internet. It tells me I have a dynamic IP, which is great. Hit next. And now we are connecting. All right, here, so we're going to pick our Wi-Fi name. So I'm just going to do Jeff Test. And we'll just put a 1 just for fun. Wi-Fi password just for this test, I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You have to have 8 characters, all right? Now, of course, that's not what I'll leave it later, but I just wanted to show you. So we hit done, we hit OK. Creating a Wi-Fi connection. Now it tells us to reconnect because no longer is it named MeshForce. It actually automatically connected me to Jeff Test 1. I just wanted to show you that. So now we're going to go back to the app. And we are going to go through this. Let me take the zoom out. We're going to add our other points to the kit. All right, so I just plugged in one of the other mesh kits here, one of the other repeaters. And so what I'm going to do now is we'll hit next. This tells me I don't have to manually do this. It's supposed to do it all for me, so let's just see what happens. So you got to make sure they're plugged in. And then you want to make sure they're within 30 feet or 10 meters from each other. And they say that's within a room or 2. I just happen to have these 2 right next to each other. So they're already placed on. I've already waited 45 seconds. My LED light on this one is lit for sure. So green is in excellent condition. So on the front here, I should go back, but on the front here, green means it's got a great connection. Yellow, not so good. Red, it doesn't have a connection at all. That's what the previous thing just told us. So right now I have 1 connected device, and you can see these 2 are on because I haven't not yet unplugged or hooked up the 3rd one. I'm going to go do that now. I've now plugged in the 3rd unit, which is my 2nd extender, and it's actually 2 rooms away, and on the actual unit itself, it definitely has a green light, and so I'm excited about that. The walls in my house are actually pretty thick. They're 5/8 inch instead of 1/2 inch, so it takes a little more to get through, and the biggest complaint I've had here is the Wi-Fi does not reach all the area, so I'm excited to go test that out now. So, tell me, what do you think so far about these Wi-Fi extenders or these systems? Do you like them? Do you not like them? Have you used one? Let me know down in the comment section below. I'm going to tell you one thing I really like about this one. So I definitely have this Ethernet cable. That's where I plug my router into, but I also have this one. So if you have an older smart TV or maybe an Xbox or PlayStation that maybe does not run a Wi-Fi signal and you need to plug something in, you can actually set this, the expandable base, next to that and plug it in and have a wired connection. That's pretty cool. There also is a reset option. So hypothetically, you move, you change internet providers, you just have like a reset pin. I happen to have one like this. It didn't come with the unit, but any kind of thing works. You just push and hold to reset the unit itself. And see how it's now blinking? So now it's waiting for me to set things back up again. So, in this video, we've been looking at these mesh points. It's a product by MeshForce, and it's actually supposed to broaden your internet signal. What I like about this, have you ever been to a business and maybe you have a computer and you're in your office typing away and you get up with your computer, maybe walk down the hallway, but you're still connected to the internet? Well, that's what it's like with these, right? So it's not like I'm connected to one and then I have to go connect to another. It actually transfers you seamlessly to the other units, and that's really, really neat. I hold my internet in through the router. It's in my living room, right? And that's the strongest signal I have. And so if you're at my house and you need internet, that's where you go. The room right off there, you can sort of connect, but the next room, the kitchen, absolutely not. You can't even catch the signal. My room, you can sort of connect. And the other rooms upstairs, absolutely not. You can't even catch a signal. Now, once I installed this, I didn't lose signal through the entire house. And I walked around checking the signal to see, and I can see my bars start to get low, maybe 1 or 2 drops, and all of a sudden it picked right up the next one. That's pretty sweet. Anyway, I'm a fan of this product. I really like what I've seen so far. Pretty cool. This is Jeff with Jeff Reviews for You. As always, thanks for stopping by, and I hope you have a great day. I really do appreciate that you stayed around for my entire review of MeshForce's home Wi-Fi system. I should say this system retails for about $150, and I will put a link down on Amazon, and that's for all 3 units. And this is model M1, the one that's been upgraded for 2020 high Wi-Fi performance. There are other ones that you can get, like the 2 model unit, still M1s, maybe about $100, and I'll also link that down in the description as well. You know what? Not that long ago, I did a review of this product by WeBoost, and it's their home cell phone booster. So if you have limited cell phone reception in your house, after installing this, it should boost your signal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to link that video right here. So make sure that you're logged into YouTube and click on this link. And by the magic of the internet, I'm going to join you over at that review. So go ahead, click it, hit save. I promise.